Yo, what's up, guys? It's David back at here with another video today. I know it's Saturday and not Friday, but I'm filming this on a Saturday morning because I did not make a video yesterday, but I'm going to make it up to you. Today's video, I just want to actually talk about something very concrete, something that might help you out if you're actually running in your own online business or whatever. So yeah, I'm just going to go into my business strategy and the way I'm approaching the next 3.5 months, whatever you want to call it. If you don't already know I run an online business selling physical products, custom products that are made to order. But anyways, not getting the specifics here. But point is, I want to help you in a way, maybe understand the strategy or the way you see things from, I guess, not just a business perspective, but also perspective of yourself, your own personal life, and how you approach things is really about strategy. It's really about understanding yourself, or in the case of understanding your business and the environment you're in, which the environment in this case would be that we're approaching the holiday shopping season. And in business, it's called quarter four. Business usually goes in like 4 quarters: first 3 months, next 3 months, next 3 months, and the last 3 months of the year. So quarter four, Q4, as a lot of business owners will call it, is the most lucrative time of the year for retailers. And I believe the statistic is it's like over 50% of sales for retailers is generated during the holiday shopping season during quarter four. It sounds like it's an easy money grab, and while it is in a way, it's also not. And that's where strategy and understanding comes in. Just as in the same way in your own life, maybe your strengths and weaknesses. You might be really good at communicating with people, but maybe struggle staying organized. So maybe from based off of that, your strategy for finding the type of career or work you pursue in your life, or the type of people you're around, that maybe complements your strengths and weaknesses. So maybe you're around other people who aren't as good as communicating. This can also apply to business too, actually, of business partners and whatnot. You find other people who may not be as good at communicating, but they're good at the stuff you're not good at, like staying organized. And you kind of balance each other out and help each other out in that way. You each add value to each other because you all have your own unique strengths and weaknesses that can combine together, be very synergistic, whatever the term is, where the sum of the individual parts is more than the actual sum of the individual parts. It's like 1 + 1 = 3 instead of 1 + 1 = 2. Going back to from the business perspective, same thing. That around this time of the year for businesses, advertising costs rise and skyrocket through the roof. They're already getting more expensive already as is, because there's just more people online now that are advertising and selling. But to combat all those things, you have to understand how to maximize efficiently your marketing budget and all those other things, right? So for the holiday shopping season, a lot of people, they buy stuff for themselves, they buy stuff for their friends, their family, gifts, and a lot of things. People are just shopping this time of the year. But that does not mean it's easy, though, at the same time, to be profitable. Because making sales is one thing, and being profitable is another. But you also want to balance the trick of making your customers happy. So you want to make your customers happy and yourself happy by making a lot of money at the same time. Very tricky thing. You can make a lot of sales, but making it profitable is the real secret sauce. Not secret sauce, more so something that requires a lot of strategy. Not just throwing marketing budget at throwing it at the wall and seeing what sticks. What I've observed from other business owners, they're huge in the e-commerce industry, which is, I guess I don't really like using the term e-commerce and that. I just think of it as you're an online store, or you sell stuff online. That's it. That's all it is. But the way to maximize holiday shopping season, and this is how I'm going to dive into more detail, is that you must understand what your competitors and what the general market of business owners are doing for the season, and ways that go against that in the sense that you combat all those things, because it's going to be very saturated with so much competition to the point where ad costs are going to rise. It's not going to be efficient to market and all that stuff. And also, too, that potential customers, are not just going to usually just see your ad and just buy from you. So the best time to actually prepare for the holiday shopping season is right now, or even a month ago, 2 months ago, actually, or as early as possible, because you want to understand where the customer is at in their journey. So maybe in October, early November, it's not the holiday shopping sales season yet, particularly. I mean, it is to an extent, but not really. Not Black Friday, Cyber Monday, or Christmas shopping. But you must see it this way, as that they're preparing. They're thinking of gift ideas. So something like maybe blogs with top gift ideas for certain whatever. Let's say like top 5 gifts for moms, top gifts for home decor. I sell a lot of home decor stuff actually, and under personalities goods. But stuff like that, understanding where the customer's at in their journey. So maybe instead of just advertising just a product in your ad, maybe you actually advertise 1 or 2 months in advance a blog post about gift ideas. So you seed your audience or the potential customer where they're at in their journey. So in October, let's say they're looking for gift ideas. You show them an ad leading them to a blog page, or maybe they sign up for an email to get those top 5 gift ideas. By the way, email is also another. I guess I'm just gonna wing this and just tell the things I'm gonna do as I go along with all these examples here. So the first thing was plan ahead, and do not always try to advertise a product only. You do that as well, but you simultaneously prepare and get in front of as many people as possible, which is what a lot of people call top of funnel, which is basically you're marketing to cold audiences, which is people who have never bought from you, people who have never heard of your business or brand before. So your job during September and October and early November is to build a huge audience of people who've seen your business and interacted with it. Whether it's building a following on Instagram, social media, getting them to interact with your ad, commenting, going to your website, signing up for an email newsletter so they can get updates on the holiday shopping season or deals you have, getting them to sign up for a SMS text messaging chatbot, which is like you can sign up for deals and alerts, getting them to download your stores app. Ooh, big one right there. No one talks about that. I'm actually currently working on building an app, a mobile app like on the iPhone or Android, all that, your app store, so that you can download it. And guess what? Once you get your app downloaded, it's super cheap. I can market to you for free because I can just send you notifications like you would when people send you text messages or get notifications in general, right? So I can send you push notifications for deals and all that. Huge. It's super cheap to pay for ads to get you to install the app. But hey, once it's installed, it's all this from there. And you also make it easier for a customer too, because hey, they have easy access to your store. They don't have to type in your address on their phone or their computer. They can just click on the app and everything's there for them. Huge tip right there I learned from someone, a mentor of mine. I don't like to use the word mentor. I just say someone that I've learned from in the past year or so. Apps. No one's doing that. Look at big brands. Retail, like here's one example. People probably heard of Fashion Nova. They have an app. There's actually a lot of big brands that have apps, actually. Fashion brands, all that. Very smart play. Very smart marketing play. Yes, you spend money to acquire the people to install the app, but it's way cheaper than actually trying to send people straight to your product page on your website and getting them to buy right there on the spot. Download the app, give them an incentive to sign up and download the app with discount. Hey, and you can push out your Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all your holiday deals on there for free. Not a single dollar needs to be spent after you have that app installed, besides maybe paying a little bit monthly to maintain the app, whether you built it yourself or use a service, which there's actually services that do that for you for not too expensive, actually. This one will help you out a lot if you're actually running an e-commerce business, and no one really talks about at all for that. But yeah, September, October, where was I at? September, October, you get people on your email list, signing up for text message, maybe even Facebook Messenger notifications, and downloading your store's app. That's exactly what I'm doing in September, October. And during that, I'm going to be running ads, also try to get sales or products too. My goal overall is to, at the bare minimum, break even, make a slight profit on all of that. But the reason why I'm still happy with break even or slight profit is because in November and December, I already have from that top of funnel, I already have a lot of people who've already engaged and seen my business, been to my website, clicked on my ads, have shown interest in my products, and I see the idea that I'm the one that they go to for the gifts. If they're looking for home decor gifts, I'm in front of them before any of my competitors are. And I get in front of them cheaply and easily. And I also have them, and I get them on my email list, text message list, Facebook Messenger list. And what was the fourth one? Oh yeah, my app, my mobile app, my shopping app. Gee, I have all these free ways basically. They're pretty much free once you have them on there. You know, and they're actually a lot cheaper to get them on there than it is to actually get people to buy right off the bat. It's basically delayed gratification for business owners. But you must start now and early, at least a month early, I would say. When you do that, you can funnel so many different potential customers into your top of funnel, where you spend most of your advertising dollars on. And as long as you're on break even or slight profit, you're going to be killing it in the next month afterwards. So this month, September, October, early November, and the last last few weeks, or 1 week or 2 weeks of November and early December, and as late as possible until Christmas, maybe like a month window, that's when you really crush it. In the marketing world, they call it delayed attribution, right? Where let's say you spend $1,000 on ads, you make $2,000 back, maybe let's say make $500 profit. That's great. That's like, let's say you do that in a 1 day attribution window, which basically means they click on the ad and they actually make a purchase within 24 hours once they see and click on your ad. 7 days is basically a week has passed since they've seen or clicked on your ad that they do purchase. 28 days is for the whole window of when, basically 28 days since they clicked and they purchased anywhere in between those 28 days, they count towards your return on ad spend, which is basically your return on an ROI. So let's just say your ROI from the 1 day window is 2x, from $1,000 in ad spend to $2,000 in revenue. That's actually pretty good, actually, for top of funnel. But I'm just using this as an example. Let's say over 7 days, a 7 day attribution window, you have a few customers, who click on your ad. And, of course, actually another stat too, it takes about 7 times on average for people to see your ad or to see a business or brand before they actually make a purchase. So that's a whole different topic of remarketing, which is basically once you show your top of funnel ads to a potential customer, they get into your email, it's already just go to your website. Your website has a pixel or a cookie called, whether it's from Facebook or another social media app, it pixels and has a cookie on the website. It tracks who goes to your website, who engages with your ads, your posts, all of that. And you have them as an audience already on there, so they're already in your circle of orbit. You can just take that audience and show them more ads, maybe show them review ads of people using your product and being happy customers. You talk about objections they might have and overcome them. Maybe you offer free shipping or a discount to get them to come back and buy from you. That's called remarketing or retargeting, whatever people call it. Yeah, aside from that tangent, of course, where was I at? I was talking about remarketing and something else before. The delayed attribution window. So once, let's say 7 days, or 1 day was 2x return on ROI. Let's say after 7 days, you have a few customers come back after retargeting, remarketing, whatever you want to call it. Maybe they don't buy it the first time they see it, but they come back to your website over the next week, and then, read reviews, maybe look around, ask their wife they should buy this, look for whatever it might be, whatever reason it is. I'm like, okay, I'll buy it. Let's just say you get $1,000 more in revenue, over the next 6 days after the first day. Now you have a 7 day attribution window. That's $3,000 in revenue from that $1,000 you spend on ads. Now that's a 3x ROI or 3x return on ad spend, as we call it in the marketing world. And now let's say over the next 21 days, which attributes a 28 day attribution window, you have people slowly trickling back, like, oh yeah, I remember seeing that ad about the gift guide or whatever and all that. You know what? I'm gonna buy a gift, for mom or dad or for little cousin Mike or something. I'm just making this up on the spot, but so yeah. Let's just say you get $5,000 in revenue in the next 21 days from that original $1,000 ad spend from the top of funnel. Now you add 5,000 to the 3,000 you have after 7 days. That's 8,000. So your ROI or return on ad spend is now 8x from $1,000 to $8,000. So here's your theoretical example, but this basically applies to your business as well. Start early. Do not be worried or freak out if you're not profiting massively on the front end of things. Understand that if you build audiences, you get people on your lists where you have control over their data, which is email. You have your number for text messaging, marketing. You have them on Facebook Messenger, which you have automated bots actually that send messages to them based on what they say, triggers, all that. And even a mobile app where you can send push notifications to at any time. They get a notification on their phone. It's free marketing. Almost all of those are pretty much close to free for most of them, or some of them actually are free once you get them on there. And they're way cheaper than asking people to buy on the front end right up front, instead of getting them into your door and just getting familiar with your business, and give them their space and time before they actually are ready to buy. So yeah, huge difference, right? From 2x ROI to 8x ROI. But most people only see the 2x ROI. They want the immediate return on the investment they put in. You fortunately are watching this video, and I've learned from a lot of great people who some are way smarter than me, way more ahead of me, way more money than me, but you can apply this at whatever level of business you're at. I'm not exactly at a high level yet. I will be there though, but the reason I say this is because you have to think, right? Really think of what the end consumer, where they're at, on their journey and whatever they're buying or thinking about buying or what their needs and wants are. But you also have to think for your, not just competitors, just overall the whole business landscape of the industry you're in. I'm in e-commerce, so I sell stuff online. So a lot of my money in marketing is spent on advertising on stuff like Facebook, Google, basically social media advertising. So I have to understand a lot of people usually they'll approach it like trying to get people to buy like right there, like once it's Black Friday or Cyber Monday, then they show ads. You don't do that. You do that way ahead of time, way before your competitors even think about marketing to them. And you also do not ask for the sale right up front even. You can, to an extent, I think you should mix in that with getting them into your little funnel or getting them to be aware of you actually, because no one can buy from you if they're not aware of your business or brand in the first place. That's why it's so important to take advantage of September and October for the holiday season, because it's much cheaper to market and advertise during that time than it is on, late November, December, because everyone's trying to advertise and sell their products during that time. But if you prepare ahead of time, you start advertising beforehand, you get them in the door thinking about you, planting that seed in their mind that you're their go-to for their holiday shopping gifts or season or ideas. They're going to buy from you. They're going to trust you. You can build trust and relationships before they're even ready to buy. If you don't, you're just thinking about things like that. Like a lot of people think, business owners think, oh, I got this great product. Now I'm just going to shove it down people's throats, which does work to an extent. It does, because people do actually buy it a lot, when they see online. But just people are buying more online now. It's true. Amazon, all that stuff, really dominating the e-commerce space, for example. Amazon has like over 50% of online sales actually for e-commerce, but you don't have to necessarily sell on Amazon. But Amazon is just one example. This applies whether you sell on Amazon, your own website, whatever, or maybe it's on a platform like Etsy, eBay, or any other selling platform for small business owners, whatever you might call yourself. But so yeah, my overall strategy basically, September, October, much cheaper to acquire customers and leads people who are interested in your business. Another thing too, I don't just advertise on platforms like Facebook and Instagram, which or Google only. Those are probably the three most popular advertising platforms. Everyone talks about them, but no one talks about the other things. Whether it's like getting emails, app installs, text messaging. Another thing is stuff like Pinterest, Snapchat. There's so many platforms, YouTube, where you can advertise your products, goods, and services that people overlook and think that there's one end be all mechanism to get in front of people or potential customers. Don't think of it that way. All these things are just channels. These are just avenues. These are just methods and tools and mechanisms of getting in front of your potential ideal customer and whatever things you might sell, right? So for me, I sell a lot of home decor products. Yes, Facebook does work really well for that. But hey, here's another platform, other platforms that work really well. Maybe Etsy, Pinterest, holy moly. Those are actually those are actually a lot cheaper. Pinterest, for example, is a lot cheaper than Facebook. So maybe, I know Pinterest, a lot of people plan to buy stuff on Pinterest. So if I can get in front of them, get them to be aware of my brand and to interact with my brand, go to my website, all that before they're ready to buy, guess what? I can remarket to them for much cheaper than it would be if I just tried getting in front of people on Facebook, where it's more expensive maybe, which I will. Facebook is really good still for getting in front of people, but you must diversify. You must mix it up. You must understand that there's no end-all, be-all solution or way of doing things, which most people get stuck in that rut of following a specific guideline of, you must do this, you must do it this way, this is a step-by-step way of doing things, which will help if you're a beginner, especially if you're selling stuff online. But the more advanced you get, or even actually being able to think for yourself, is really the key to solving problems for your own business, for your customers, and just being a critical thinker. Because once you can critically think, you can come up with amazing strategy that outbeats competition, strategy that seeing 20 steps ahead than your competitors are, seeing the long-term vision for things, being able to withstand any trials and tribulations because you understand what the end game, the long game is, right? So you might not always win today, but you'll win tomorrow because you've structured things, you plan things out in the way where you're prepared to take the worst, but you understand how to navigate that and also just dominate and do things other people are not doing, because you can see things for what they are and see where things are heading ahead of time, and you can prepare for that, and you can adjust and adapt. Because if you're only good at following step-by-step blueprints, you're basically an employee. You're basically following a protocol, a standard operating procedure, which is great. You need structure in that. But if you can't think for yourself, you'll never be able to diversify or adapt and adjust if things don't go well with that, or you want to try or test something new out. All right, so yeah, that's my game plan basically. Probably go into more detail of that. So yeah, after September, October, and early November, heavy remarketing in November and December, and yeah, that's where a lot of my